Ava should be choosing what she wants, and in this case, it is a mechanical heart. She supports herself, so she should be able to choose what she wants for her body. I think this is important because it wouldn't conflict with her lifestyle and religion. I understand the drawbacks of having to wait on a list and the mechanical heart not being proven to work, but this all falls back on her. If she wants to do this, she should be allowed.
Thank you, Natalie. Build upon that or challenge her. Use your diamond.
I don't know. Is there one that says I disagree with her?
You could start with I disagree.
Okay,
That's one of them.
So I disagree with her because I understand her point in saying that she has her own right, that she supports herself. But like in the beginning of the story, it states that she was not religious at first, but then she changed back to being so religious. But she's just a teenager at the same time. Like she's changed her mind, so she didn't go with the porcelain part, and she wouldn't regret later on saying, "Oh, maybe if I wasn't this religious, I should have done this instead." You know?
Okay, great. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead, Andy? Build upon that or challenge her.
I also agree with Natalie because I feel as if the sign valve is going to work better with her lifestyle, especially since she's athletic.
Okay, thank you. Let's do Hannah.
Okay, so I disagree with Natalie and with Andy because by the time that they're like in the middle of their teen years, most people are already like very well developed into who they're gonna be, and I don't think she's gonna change her religion, especially since they discussed that she believes very heavily in it. And also, they shouldn't force her to get the porcelain valve because it is against her religion, and to force her to would violate her constitutional right to freedom of religion and would also violate her right to bodily autonomy.
Oh. Victor. What's that? Oh, okay. Wendy. Wendy says.
Disagree with Hannah and Mika because you don't know how long she'll like live after the failure, and she could possibly die waiting for the mechanical.
Francisco.
I agree with Wendy because no one has had the mechanical valve for that long since it's been around, so they don't know if it could last a lifetime.
Okay, Sahana.
Okay, I disagree with Wendy, Francisco, Natalie, and Andy. And I wanted to point out what Natalie said about how she could change her mind because like she's like really mature for her age, and like she's had to be because of her career, and like she has to live on her own and she takes care of herself. So if she can make all these good life choices, how come this one isn't gonna be a good one for her?
Victor.
I agree with Francisco and Wendy because not only can the mechanical heart valve fail at any time without like what if there's no medical support anywhere, like how she was taken quickly to the hospital because there was probably some type of medical physician nearby. What if there's not? What if the healthy while there isn't one around it? It could take a long time to take her to the hospital to recover, and she might die while being treated.
Heber then Mirka.
Well, it's not really like the same with everybody else's, but what does everybody think about the idea of her like how Roberto said, like using both, like her going through the process of the porcine valve, because like yes, it does go against her religion, but like how they said, like it's going, she could possibly die without getting it, and I'm not like I definitely respect her religious views, but like it's a life and death situation. Like she could possibly die if she gets any like injuries, and then like with that 15 to 20 years of her like having the porcine valve, that gives the mechanical valve more time for research. So in that time, it could be proven safe that the mechanical valve becomes safe for her to use then for when the porcine valve wears out.
Mirka then Amaris. Did you have your hand up? No? Okay. So Mirka then Roberto.
I disagree because a law is a law, and if you're putting out there that you're gonna be like respected by your religion, then that should be it, like period. And if she decides she doesn't want like something in her body that she doesn't that doesn't go with her beliefs, that should be like the end of discussion. And I think that's it.
Well, I respectfully disagree with Mitika, and I agree with Heber. Just because the most important thing here is saving her life. Like aside from her religion, like at the end of the day, like she's a human being, and in order to protect that, we need to like make sure that her body's functioning properly. And to do that, I think the porcelain heart is the best option, just because it's most guaranteed in the immediate time and like later down the road. Like once the mechanical heart has been improved through more research and stuff, then she can switch that through like based off of just like not just her religion but like the safety. But I think like at the end of the day, like she's human and like her life is most important.
Hold on, then.
I definitely see where Roberto and you are coming from, but I probably agree with Mika because the way you guys are looking at it, you're looking at it housed over her religion, when in her eyes, religion is everything to her, like everything. So if she were to get the porcine vow, it would like it wouldn't be this like she probably wouldn't feel like the same person like because of her religion. And yeah, because I feel like we shouldn't prioritize house over religion if the person doesn't.
Well, like, I see your point where, religion is everything. It is true, When people feel like, for example, her religion, you can't be with faith, right? But at the same time, you have to think about, like, would you rather have her die knowing that religion is true? Like, because she probably lost her mother already to a heart attack. Does she want to lose another kid?
But it's not our choice, it's her choice. It's her body.
Angela.
The porcelain milk can also get rejected. So you guys are saying like life and death. She has a very healthy body, and it could get rejected by it.
Going off of what Zahana said, how she's a very strong religious person. If she gets the porcine vow, you guys are saying it's like a life or death situation. Well, since she's very strongly religious, if she gets the porcine vow, that could be like the end of her life to her in her eyes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.